When shouldn't you create content? So I realize this is a video about how you shouldn't create content while I am also creating content. However, there are some instances where you should absolutely not create content in your business. Now, I run a content marketing agency, and it's pretty safe to say that I'm a big fan of content marketing and what it can do for your business. But there are some instances where you shouldn't be creating content. And in this video, I'm going to go through the 5 different times that you shouldn't create content in your business. It's actually a waste of time and can cost you a lot of time and money. So number 1, you shouldn't create content if you're not clear on who your audience is. If you've maybe just set up your business and you're struggling to figure out exactly who your target audience is, don't just create content. Because if you create content for a very broad audience, all you're doing is potentially building an audience, but building an audience of not the right people. In order to get good results from content, you need to be very, very clear who you're targeting. And if you're not clear on who exactly that might be, there's absolutely no point just creating content for random people when you're not sure who they are. Don't create content until you're very clear on who your audience is. Then it will make content creation much, much easier and get you much better results. The second time you shouldn't create content is when you don't have the infrastructure to support your results. So if you're perhaps just working with one client at the moment and you want to create content that's going to deliver you 10 more clients, but you don't have the facilities to actually deliver them a service, there's not really much point in creating content. You see businesses do this all the time where they're kind of, all booked up and they're just kind of creating content for no apparent reason. There's no kind of natural next step to their content creation. So you need to make sure that you have the infrastructure in place to support the potential customers that you're going to get. There's absolutely no point creating content just for the sake of it. At the very least, you should be creating content that maybe builds a wait list until you have some availability, or creating content that perhaps sells something else instead of your main service, perhaps a course or a book or whatever it might be. But don't just create content when you've got nothing to sell. And this brings me nicely on to my third point, which is don't create content when you don't have a clear goal. So if it's not very clear what you actually want that content to achieve, then don't bother creating it. Every single piece of content we create for our clients has a very clear goal in mind, and it always links back to their business goals. So the content might help them grow their email list, it might help them rank on search engines, it might help them even attract better talent to their company. Whatever your business goal is, your content should always come from that and should help drive the success and should help you achieve your business goals. If you don't really know what your business goals are, if you don't really know what products you're going to be launching this year, or kind of if you want to enter a new market or not, or if you're just kind of wishy-washy about the whole process of what your business goals might be, don't create content until you get very, very clear on that. Remember, content should always support your business goals. It should always be helping you achieve your business goals. If you're not clear on your business goals, there's no point creating content. Number 4, when you can't commit to consistency. If everything is up and down in your life and you really can't commit to either employing someone to create content for you or doing it yourself because things are a little bit too hectic, then don't just start and stop. Instead, make sure you create content when you're ready, when you know that you can commit to creating content consistently. Now, it doesn't really matter how much content you create. If you think to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to create 1 blog post a month and I'm going to post on LinkedIn 3 times a week, that is absolutely fine. Just make sure you try and stick to that as much as possible. Content fails when it's not consistent. So you need to make sure that you're in the right place when it comes to content creation and that you can consistently stick to whatever you agree in your mind to stick to. And the final point, perhaps a little bit more of a controversial one, but don't create content if you're just after fame. If you're after more likes and followers and getting a big fan club that you imagine just running after you asking for your autograph, then don't create content, particularly if you're a business owner. If you're a business owner that wants more leads and sales of your products or services, then you need to create content that leads to more leads and sales of your products and services. Don't create content with fame in mind. Don't think, oh, I just really want to be liked by my peers, or I really want, to build this big fan club. You actually have to think about content in relation to leads and sales. And if you've not got that mindset to content, then don't bother starting with it unless you particularly want to earn money from things like ad revenue or sponsorship deals, in which case, yeah, fame might help. But if you want to sell more of your products and services, then you really need to switch your mindset when it comes to content creation and not focus on being famous. So there you have it. Those are my 5 instances where you should not create content. Which one of these resonated with you the most? I would absolutely love to know. Please do let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you'll be notified the next time we launch a video.